Good morning. It's Wendy Henley with the Bedford Area Chamber Vibes. We are so excited to have Prissy Nerd, Tamara Dennis in the house this morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks.
I'm telling you what, I feel like I know a superstar, okay, right here in our area, just by having this interview and being able to know you, get to know you better. I mean, we've gone up a notch, Tamara. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't even know. But thank you for coming on today. And people are going to be so excited to know you if they don't, but everybody does here, we know. But more people are going to find out about you. And your sales and what you do and what you have done in the past is just all come together to make a phenomenal product and to really have fun. And isn't that what it's all about, right? In life is just to find your passion and to really expand on that and to make a living at what you love doing. Do you think that's you?
I would 100% describe that as me. There are lots of things that I have been passionate about, but this has been definitely a labor of love.
Well, let's dive into this because people are going to be blown away. So you started here, right? You were in the area?
Yes. So actually, I was raised in the Roanoke area, Mount Pleasant, and when I was 17, 18-ish, I moved to Bedford County and had a very different career in mind when I came out here. I actually went to school. I went to Jefferson College of Health Sciences and got my degree in emergency health sciences.
So awesome. I mean, so now if we have an emergency, we also know who to call. And
sure.
Some instances, if we're having an event and you just happen to be there. But you had 20 years, right?
Yes. So I did it as a career for just at 20 years. And then towards the end of my career, I was very passionate about what I did. I loved helping people. I loved the different things that I did within my career, from, the public service to teaching and education and fire safety and prevention and things like that. However, towards the end of my career, I realized that there were some things that I needed to change. And so I'm very open about this, but I started going to therapy for some PTSD. And my therapist was like, we need to teach you to be more mindful. So she's told me to get some coloring books. And after about 2 or 3 days of looking at these pages causing me anxiety because I felt like it was pointless time, I said, this is not going to work. This is not who I am. I need to create something.
And you have so much energy too, I just see that even when I first met you, I'm like, oh my gosh, she has so much great energy.
Yes.
So yes, the coloring would not go for very long.
It did. And so for some people it really works. And for me, It just caused me more anxiety. So she said, well, do what you feel like you need to do. So
extrovert, big time extrovert.
So what I did was I started creating stuff for friends. I've always been kind of creative, but not what I would literally call an artist in my perception. And so I started creating bows and tutus, and everyone wanted some. And so I would create a little bit more, try something different. And so, I went through sewing and I went through headbands and all of these other crazy things. And I started making earrings, and then I started making more earrings. And then I said, well, I really want my own outlet and my own voice and to do custom pieces and all these quirky things. And so in interacting with the public and doing custom pieces, I realized we all are not that different. Every person has something that they are a little nerdish about. It doesn't matter what it is. The things that I find nerdish, or, I've always liked sci-fi and theater arts and all of these things all my life. People that like sports are very into their sports, and being nerdish is about being passionate about something. So the gasps that I would hear from people as they would walk by my table and see my things, everyone has something that they're nerdish about. And that's how Prissy Nerd formed.
Well, so smart. And to really get something that feeds into your artistic side and to, I love how it started though. That was just, it was therapy and you developed into this passion of really showcasing your personality and helping others to find what they're, what they like. And I love how this formed. What an entrepreneur. And really it's a story about being able to recreate yourself, in the midst and change your career, your whole career, but yet something that really feeds into yourself and where you can give back to the community. And it's just so inspiring to me. And I know everybody that's hearing this is going to be so inspired. And when they see your jewelry, even more so, that's offered all over the place. We're going to get into that about all the places that you can find your products everywhere, especially right here at the Welcome Center, Bedford Welcome Center.
Right.
You have a whole display unit there, which I love and cannot wait to get my Santa earrings. I'm so excited.
Everybody loves this.
Excited. So I love it. So life before Prissy Nerd. Let's get into that. And I met your husband, I want to say, so endearing. At Lynchburg Special Engraving. They're a member of the Bedford Area Chamber. Shout out to them. But yeah, life before Prissy Nerd.
So, it was definitely much more intense. It was
Yes.
much more intense, but and in my downtime, through fire, and you're dealing with the public all day, every day for X amount of hours, and so. I've changed a lot as a person as well, in the things that I like to do and the things that I don't like to do.
And what's your favorite thing to do now, like downtime?
My favorite downtime piece is just being able to be in peace and quiet, sometimes without no distractions and just being alone with my actual thoughts. And sometimes that's kind of scary, but but just being able to rest for a minute, and focus on something that is not work related, because as any small business owner knows, it doesn't matter. It's not a 9 to 5 job. It's 100,
right.
It's 150 hours a week. I wake up in the morning thinking about it. I go to bed thinking about it. And so carving out that time where I'm not the marketing department, the accounting department, the business department, the production department, the project manager, just really having some downtime is my favorite thing, where I can just be alone for a few minutes.
And refresh, right? Because that's what, it's all about, especially, entrepreneurs. But I wanted to bring that up, what life was before Prissy Nerd, because there's a lot of people out there that do have stressful careers. And we want to, be mindful of that right now in this season. And yet getting a hobby like what you did was an outlet, started an outlet, and then developed into this wonderful, wonderful business. And so I want to let people know that certainly hobbies are great, but then to come up with something that is you're passionate about and just get out there and do it. We just want to encourage you to make sure that that we have the services and the tools that you need. And speaking of services and tools, we want to get right to the Gauntlet program. And so how you got involved and how did you first learn about the Gauntlet?
So I have to give another friend a shout out. One of my friends that's a fellow vendor at Beaver Dam Farm Sunflower Festival in Buchanan. She said, your business is really growing. I did the Gauntlet program last year. You should really do it. And I said, okay, what's the Gauntlet? I'd never heard of it. And she goes, well, I was one of the winners. And I said, I'm the queen of Tuesdays. Like, I don't really understand. Like, you're not really telling me about the program. And she said, well, it's a small business program and people get different things from the program. She's like, I won money and I had mentorships and learned business things that I didn't know before. And so I said, okay. And so several friends that were actually Beaver Dam Farm Sunflower vendors and Beaver Dam Farm Sunflower itself went through the program together. And it was very unique because we were in the middle of a pandemic. And so because of sketchy internet service, there were 4 or 5 of us that all got together and met weekly. And the Gauntlet provides lots of things for your business that you didn't even know you need. And that's what I really like to talk about. Yes, it's a program that helps small businesses learn how to write a business plan. It helps you learn how to synthesize your resources. It shows you how to do small business things that you never even knew that you needed to do. And also at the end of the program, you have an opportunity to apply for the competition. So those two things are separate, but they are linked. For the competition, you have to write your business plan, and then it's similar to Shark Tank style, present your business plan. And last year, I was one of the finalists that made it through the business plan portion and the Shark Tank version. And I actually won a total of $17,000 of cash and in-kind prizes.
That is phenomenal. People need to hear that again. Over 17,000
In cash and in-kind prizes. Yes. And so some of these things, as I was telling someone yesterday, I won $3,000 cash award, which I have used to purchase some new equipment that's going to help with the production piece. And then the rest of them were prizes that they thought could benefit my business, such as an additional business program. They had offered marketing, mentorships or free services, things like that. So it was a pretty big total. My Bedford area chamber membership was free for a year.
That's right. Win some good prizes.
Exactly.
Good prizes.
But what I got from the program, all of those things were nice. They were fantastic. But what I got from the program was building a network of people and individuals that are just there to help each other grow. And that has been, if I had not won anything, that has been the biggest benefit of doing this program. And it also forced me to sit down and evaluate everyone that has their little business in their head. They think they know what they're doing and where they want to go, but actually taking the time to sit down, write your business plan, meet with mentors. My mentor was Heather Alto from Central Virginia Business Association. And so she really helped me hone into what I truly wanted to do, because it's easier when you're able to get that out verbally and then kind of pick it out. So, but I also had the Deb from the Hemp Mill as one of the mentors and sponsors, and all of these fantastic humans that have been in business for years and have learned all these things that you wouldn't even think your business would even apply to, as far as some of the what they sell or how they interact. I've learned so much, and just that network is amazing.
It is. It really is. I think that you gain so much, like you said, through that program, and, starting with your business plan. They will walk you through, and it's so much encompassed in that. And then, of course, you're going to talk it out about what works for other people, what doesn't work. You're not reinventing the wheel, so to speak, because you're going to some experts and you're going to the community. I mean, they have within the Gauntlet program so many people involved, and it's, I think, over 650 Gauntlet alumni alone. And so you're pulling from all this knowledge base, and it's a great competition, as you said, and the prizes are great. I mean, they're giving over $1 million in cash and prizes total within this program. And actually they're gearing up to start this coming January. And so people need to enroll, and you can go to the Gauntlet. And it's actually in Roanoke, right?
So their offices are in Vinton.
Okay.
Yes, it's right in the downtown area. Annette Patterson heads up the Advancement Foundation, which, as a side note, is fantastic for small businesses. They're there to help you. So if you're interested, you can approach them as well. They also promote you and your business just by being there and being supportive. And I'm not sure, again, I went through it during a pandemic virtual world. So
Sure.
I'm
I think they're
sure.
doing the combination this year. It'll be, a hybrid, so
Right.
to speak.
And it's a combination. So I think when they originally started, it was just like Roanoke area, greater Roanoke area. And now it has grown so much. They have encompassed the Botetourt area. I think that was one of their first add-ons, the Allegheny Highlands region. I know last year they had people from Christiansburg. And last year, while I did not know this, was the first year that Bedford participated in it.
Yes, we were so excited to be added because, it had been, like you say, about 7 years. And so we were like, oh my gosh, we definitely want this for Bedford. And we had about 7 businesses from this area. I think it was 7, from the Bedford area. And we really, everybody loved it. We had nothing but fabulous feedback. And they all said similar things as far as like how much they gained through the mentorship, through the training, and all of the resources that were provided.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a great program that we highly, highly recommend here at the Bedford Area Chamber. And the Gauntlet Business Program will be starting and the competition. And you can go as far as you would like. And I like the options there.
Mm-hmm.
So if people want to continue, they can.
Yes. So we had some businesses, even within our little group that met to do these virtual classes. We had some that were like, I just realized in sitting down and writing this business plan, I'm not ready. I really need to sit down and figure things out. And so they continued to get the benefit of the classes and really sitting down and thinking about it. One of them decided, I'm not even going to do this business for myself thing anymore because I was trying to make that my decision about it. Someone else decided, you know what, I'm not ready in this model of it. So I'm going to step back. And then I believe that they are going to be doing the program again this year and then competing. So you can do the program and then compete as well. So there are a lot of, even more so than I had mentioned before, a lot of different options for you. And it just really helps you figure it out because I think that's what most business owners, and this is what I told people, I'm too little to be big and too big to be little. A lot of businesses that are in that gray area of that next step, taking that leap of faith and the steps that you need to get there that are kind of shaky. It really gives you either determination or time to reevaluate that you really need.
Absolutely. And there's so many options there. And we definitely want to encourage everyone that is really thinking about, hey, I want to start this business, or I think I want to get more information and have a team to help me really dive into this. And so this would be the program for you.
It is. And so there were people there that didn't even have fully fleshed out businesses. So that was the interesting component of it as well. You were in groups with people that said, well, I have this idea and I'm not at liberty to discuss them. However, they had this little teeny tiny idea and said, I don't know if it would work as a business. And so meeting with the mentors, they said, I don't know anything about business. I don't know anything, but some of them were for nonprofits because it's not just actual like for-profit businesses. So there were several nonprofits that went through last year that I know of personally, and some that are doing exceptionally well just from a little bit of tweaking from what they were already doing. So anyone that has anything, any product or service or idea that they want to do, this is a good place to flesh it out.
It really is. In 2022, it's a great year to start. We certainly want to encourage anyone out there that if you are thinking about a business, this is a program for you. If you've got the idea, flush it out with a team. And so what a great story. You are doing so well. Oh my gosh, what has happened? So you're everywhere now. So, I mean, it's like everywhere we go. And so I love it. And you've been a part of Course Air programs. So we had the Christmas market that we just had. And so you're such a success story. Tell us all the places where you are now and where you're going.
So currently you can find my products at the Gift Niche in downtown Roanoke. You can find us at the Bedford Area Welcome Center. We are actually on a shelf. It's a very traveled to shelf. We are a destination.
Yes, you are. You are, and it's a beautiful showcase there display. You're putting it down. It's beautiful. You have such great things.
Well, thank you. And our map dot collection that we have there is one of the most popular collections that we have. So we do local artistic renderings of different destinations in Bedford County and just sites that we have in our backyard. And so it's kind of interesting. In Lynchburg, currently seasonally, you can find us at Christmas at the Ridge at River Ridge Mall, and that's open through the end of December. It's put on by Something Else Boutique, but it's right there as you come in at the new food court entrance. The store is amazing. It's got a lot of...
It is. I love the store.
A lot of
Something
other
Else
stuff.
Boutique.
Right. We're in Martinsville at Unique Gifts and More.
Oh my goodness.
And we do various vendor events.
And you've got pop-ups.
And the pop-ups. And
what's coming up for pop-ups?
So Friday, we're going to be in front of the gift niche. They invited us to showcase our entire jewelry collection for them in front of the gift niche at Dickens of a Christmas. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're actually going to be upstairs at Valley View Mall, right beside Macy's. They have a small vendor pop-up with different artisans and crafters, and I'll be there with some very new, very cool products. So check out Priss Nerd at Facebook. I did a live video the other day that shows some of our new items. And we also have prissenerd.com. We were so successful, I had to turn off ordering for the holiday season. So that will be turned back on soon, but prissenerd.com also has some information about our business, and you can browse. You can window shop Wendy.
Good, because I'm just like, I'm salivating over here. I'm like, okay, please tell me.
And
I can see it, but I can't have it. Okay.
And then we do a lot of vintage market days events. We've been traveling a lot. That was part of our business plan to boost our online business. And we did really well with that. So we have a wholesale contract, and we have multiple local wholesale contracts. So if it looks like a Prissy Nerd product, it may be. It's just under wholesale, under different packaging. But we may be in about 3 to 5 stores in Bristol, Tennessee. We've got some pending contracts in North Carolina and possibly South Carolina. So
you are literally everywhere, and I am so excited for you guys and all that you're doing, and so much to offer. I mean, fun, so unique. And so, I mean, I just love it. So I'm going to come see you. And of course, I love your stuff at the Welcome Center here, but I may come see you this weekend. So we're going to look forward to more. And so what's next? I know we've got all these different locations. What's next?
So, by the way, this weekend I will have more Christmas possums. Just putting that out there.
Okay. I want my Santa. I'm coming for the Santa.
So what's more? So with all of these new contracts and things like that, you are going to see a lot more of Prissy Nerd product everywhere. You won't be able to escape us, but it's what our public has requested and asked for. And so again, everyone has a little something that they're nerdish. Right now, our sports moms are really loving us, and I've been a sports mom for a while, so I get it.
Yes,
people don't think
all
of
the
that.
teams. I mean, that's so great.
And we do our own take. We do a lot of fan art that is not it's not going to get anyone in trouble.
Right. Copyright.
So yes.
Yeah.
So if we're asked to do something, we might do a team color, but we don't delve into that realm of it because that's just not the right thing to do.
Sure.
But we do custom pieces. We used to do a lot more custom pieces, but we do custom pieces for wholesale and bulk orders as well. So
now we did not mention, and I want to make sure we do. You get the wood for the earrings.
Yes.
Where do you get that?
So actually, I'm not going to give away my source. Thank you.
Oh, okay. That's smart.
I'm just kidding. So the majority of my wood is actually upcycled from a local furniture slash cabinetry manufacturer. We started out using their scraps. So, because I just didn't feel right about cutting into that pristine piece of wood, I felt better about the scraps. And now we do about 80 to 90% scraps because of the sheer volume that we are producing. And it's a little bit more expensive to manufacture with scraps because I'm making so many. It was easy to just cut one pair off of a little corner of something. It's a little bit harder when I'm doing big volumes and big runs. But that is our goal, is to keep at least 80% of our product created from upcycled scraps. And it's all hypoallergenic. I don't even do the real sterling because a lot of people have issues with that. I have very sensitive ears, and so we try to make sure that everything that we produce is not going to cause people to have an allergic reaction. We also do pendants, but mainly I'm known as the earring lady.
Yes, and I love it all, and I can't wait to see more. And we are excited to promote your business, Prissy E Nerd, and all of the products. Come see you at a pop-up or at one of the stores that you mentioned, or Facebook.
Yeah.
Unique earrings right here. Thank you so much, Tamara. We'll look forward to seeing you at our next event, and keep promoting.
Thank you.
Doing what you love.